The boy wasn't scared at all. In fact, he was curious to see what was inside. One day, a young boy named Salim walked into a strange forest. He didn't know anything about it. The trees were very tall, and the air was full of mist. "Ha ha, I found you," he said, and it was. "Will you come back tomorrow?" asked Fifi. "Of course," said Salim. It was a beautiful place where many sparkling streams fell from high cliffs into the river below.
Ho, ho, ho!
If you ever have a problem, just listen carefully and you'll hear the whisper of the forest. So Salim closed his eyes and listened. At first, all he could hear was the sound of birds tweeting, leaves rustling, and water flowing. But then he began to hear something else. It was a faint whisper, like the wind sighing through the trees. And he started chasing the monsters around, trying to catch them so he could take their crystals.
Ho, ho, ho!
But the monsters were too fast for him. They ran and hid in different places, leaving their gifts behind. Dark Hall wasn't able to find any of them except for one. It was a small crystal necklace. Dark Hall picked it up and put it on, and that's when he learned that it belonged to a human child. He didn't know what to do with it, so he threw it into the forest and ran away. And that's when the human boy found it and became its new owner.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Look inside yourself," it seemed to say. Salim opened his eyes and thought about what the whisper meant. "Look inside myself," he repeated. "You have to hide the crystal," said the tree. "You must have this, Salim. You're the true owner of the crystal of light." With that, Salim thanked her and ran off to find Dark Hall. The cave of the stone giants was dark and scary, and Salim had to be careful not to fall off the edge. But then he saw something that made him jump. It was Dark Hall, standing next to a bunch of stone giants.
Ho, ho, ho!
And next to him were Zozo, Fifi, and all the other monsters. "Give me the crystal of light, Salim," said Dark Hall, "or else I'll hurt your friends." Salim knew that if he gave up the crystal, the monsters would be in danger. So he did something unexpected. He took a deep breath and shouted as loud as he could. Dark Hall got scared, ran away, and disappeared into the mist. All the other monsters cheered, and Zozo said, "You're one of us now, Salim.
Ho, ho, ho!
Anytime you want to visit, the forest will be waiting for you." And with that, they all became the best of friends. And you need to find Dark Hall and destroy his army. Only then will the forest be safe again. Salim took a deep breath and jumped into action. He searched everywhere for Dark Hall, but the monster had hidden very well. Just when he was about to give up, he heard a small voice. "Over here," it said. Salim followed the voice and saw a small monster with a crystal necklace. "Are you all right?" asked Salim.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Yes," said the monster. "Thank you for saving me. My name is Lua." "Where's the others?" "Dark Hall took them away," said Lilo, "but I managed to escape. I think he's hiding in the cave of the stone giants." "The cave of the stone giants," said Salim. "I'll go there right away." Suddenly, he realized that he was holding onto his crystal necklace very tightly. As he relaxed his grip, the crystal started to glow with a beautiful light. That's when he heard the voice of the forest again.
Ho, ho, ho!
"That's right, Salim. The crystal of light is inside you. It's been with you since you were born. It gives you strength and courage, but you have to learn how to use it. Look for the ancient oak tree. It will help you." But when Salim called out to his monster friends, no one answered. Its branches were thick and strong, and it looked very wise. So he went over and sat down under its shade. "Can you help me?" he asked. "Of course," said the tree. "But you must promise to keep this a secret from the other monsters."
Ho, ho, ho!
They aren't ready to know the truth yet, I promise, said Salim. And the ancient oak tree told him everything about the forest, about the monsters, and about the crystal of light inside him. Maybe they're hiding, he said. So he started to look for them, but he couldn't find them anywhere. He lived on top of the Black Mountain and controlled the forest with an iron fist. No monster was allowed to be happy or play. They all had to do whatever Dark Hall told them to do.
Ho, ho, ho!
But then a hero from the human world came and defeated Dark Hall. He drove the monster away, and the hero left behind a powerful crystal called the Crystal of Hope. It glowed with a bright light, and everyone in the forest felt happy just by being near it. The Crystal of Hope was so powerful that it attracted the attention of even more heroes from the human world. They came and left gifts for the monsters, magical crystals that gave them special powers.
Ho, ho, ho!
Those crystals were called the crystals of light, and each one was unique. Some were round like pebbles, and others looked like shiny stars. There were even some that looked like little animals. Most of the crystals were harmless, and only made their owners feel good, but some of them gave their owners cool abilities. For example, Zozo's crystal allowed him to turn invisible, and Fifi's gave him super strength.
Ho, ho, ho!
The monsters were so happy to receive such wonderful gifts, and they lived peacefully in the forest until one day Dark Hall returned. Just then a grumpy voice said, "What are you doing here?" Salim turned around and saw a big, ugly monster. He had sharp teeth and claws, and he looked very angry. I'm looking for Zozo and Fifi," said Salim. "They told me to meet them here." The monster just stared at him for a moment. "Zozo and Fifi," he repeated.
Ho, ho, ho!
"I haven't seen them for a long time. They've probably run away." "Run away?" asked Salim. "Why would they do that?" "Because," said the monster, "you're carrying the crystal of light. And if any of us touch it, we become human. And then what would happen is none of our business." With that, he turned and walked away. "I don't want to spend all my time playing video games. I want to have real adventures." "Then it's decided," said Zozo. "We'll meet again tomorrow by the Whispering Waterfall.
Ho, ho, ho!
Be there at noon, okay?" "Okay," said Salim. And with that, he waved goodbye and left the forest. He landed next to them and said, "My name is Fifo." "Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too," said Salim. "Where are we?" "Why do you live here?" "This is the forest of friendly monsters," said Zozo. "We live here because we love nature and trees." "Oh," said Salim. "Me too." And so the four of them spent the whole day playing until sunset.
Ho, ho, ho!
But Salim was brave. Suddenly, he heard a strange voice that made him jump. "Who entered our forest?" Looking around, he saw a small green monster with 3 eyes. It had long, thin arms and legs and was smiling. "Don't be scared," said the monster. "My name is Zozo, and this is the forest of friendly monsters. We don't hurt anyone." Then he stretched out his hand to help Salim get up. "Thank you," said Salim, smiling. "I'm not scared of monsters at all.
Ho, ho, ho!
If you're friendly, then I'm your friend." And so the two quickly became friends. After a while, they were playing hide and seek with some other monsters when suddenly a large blue monster with huge wings appeared. When Salim had to go home, the monsters were sad to see him leave. The next day, Salim arrived exactly at noon at the Whispering Waterfall. Salim didn't know what to do. He missed his friends and he felt like crying. But then he remembered something Zozo had said.
Ho, ho, ho!
Salim didn't know where to look, but then he saw an old oak tree in the distance. It turned out that a long time ago, the forest had been ruled by a terrible monster named Dark Hall. Now that I'm back, all the crystals of light are mine, he said. Suddenly, Salim heard a loud roar. Darkhall was back and he was looking for the crystal of light once again. What should I do? Asked Salim. Before he left, Lulu gave him the crystal necklace back.
Ho, ho, ho!